Hello girls, I hope I find you well. My name is Lucia Muchedu. I'm the leader of the organization called Safety Us, which is an organization which deals with children and youth. And the main mandate of our organization is to make sure that we curb the problem of online violence against children and against youth. Let's talk about the internet. I'm sure most of us know what an internet is all about, a worldwide network full of digital devices. One author once said to me, when you are in this digital world, the moment you don't acquaint yourself to the digital devices, it means you become irrelevant. Let's look at education as one of the main advantages of the internet. I'm sure some of you have used WhatsApp for your education. You have talked to your teachers. The teachers have taught you through WhatsApp, and when on the internet, also trying to search things that has to do with your education. That's one of the advantages of your internet. We always want to go on the net and search for the platforms whereby we can also connect with our friends and our relatives. Whenever you think, I need a rest or I need a break from my work, there are so many games on the internet. You go on the internet, you look for games that you really like, and there are so many of them on the internet. You can actually choose which one you are comfortable with. I'm sure most of us really love music. You go on the YouTube, you find this musician that you really love, and you find yourself dancing to that song, uploading your music, uploading your files. What about movies? How many of us have seen movies? I'm sure we are so many of us. I have taken you through the advantages of social media, the advantage of using this platform and that platform. But don't forget, there are always hiccups to this thing called social media. The first thing that I want you to be very aware of is cyberbullying. What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is when somebody abuses you on a digital device. Not only abuse you just like that, but also the abuse should be one, intentional, and two, should be repeated. Cyberbullying is not good. This is when by somebody will say, you look so fat, and you feel like, I don't really like this. Or you can say, why do you hang around with so and so? You are going to be a loser, or that kind of thing. That's what we mean by cyberbullying. So cyberbullying is one of the things that we don't really recommend in this day and age. And the moment it happens to you, there are platforms whereby you can report that. It can also bring depression. What am I talking about? It's because if somebody continually abuses you online, it's gonna have an impact on your emotions. And the moment that happens, you find yourself, you've got low self-esteem. Sometimes you don't really like to go to school. Sometimes you don't want to hang around with your friends. We need to guard against that, because the moment it happens continually, you then end up having depression. I'm sure you've heard even in the newspapers, people talking about suicidal matters. They all come from depression. There is something called the digital footprint. What am I talking about that? Think of the footprint, the natural footprint that we know. Whenever you have walked a path, let's say probably it's raining, you find that the footprints will remain in the ground. So it's the same thing with social media. Wherever you visit any platform, any site, you leave what we call a digital footprint. And let me tell you, it means that you need to mind whatever that you search on the net. However you search or you navigate on the net is very important, because if you don't do it properly, you end up leaving a bad trail for yourself. And what are the impacts for that? Let's say you go on the net today and you search for pornographic material. Then 10 years to come, you want to look for a job. You know what they are doing these days because of social media? They can go on those social media platforms, search for your name. They search, this is Takunda. This is Takunda Moyo, who has been on the platform on this day. searching for this, so they will kind of know what kind of a person you are through the social media. So whatever that you do on the social media, girls, let's be very careful. Let's always guard against what we see. I want to talk to you about sexting. What is sexting? Sexting is whereby somebody, maybe from the opposite sex, is trying to woo you through messages. Somebody can say, can you show me your body? Can you take a picture of your bum? Or whatever, that kind of thing. That is what we call sexting, and that is very, very wrong. Girls, I repeat that. Because the moment somebody does that to you, you don't know where that is going to end. This is the reason why you find other people committing suicide, because one of those pics that we have sent to your boyfriend is now going viral. So please guard against the issue of sexting. Don't divulge any personal information. The last thing that I also want to talk about is the reporting system, the psychosocial support. We as Safety and Us as an organization, we are there to help you. We are there to hold your hand. We are there to pick you and say, you know what, you have been cyberbullied. Somebody is looking down upon you. Where do you go? Somebody is abusing you online. Somebody is stalking you. What do you do? We have got a platform or a website whereby you can just log in, and then you can also have a WhatsApp number which you can call, so that if you need any help, you can contact us on those numbers. You can go on our website and contact us, because that is not right for anybody to be stalking you, for any pedophile to be looking for prey, thinking you are the prey. Please make sure that everything that you do, you don't divulge personal information. I repeat, revealing your personal information is not right, especially to strangers, because 95% of their dreams is just to harm you. So be very careful who you hang around with. Be very careful what kind of information you divulge. Before we go further, I would want you to meet somebody who is also well versed with this signing up on the net, just to take you through, to walk you through about how you can do to put up either an Instagram account or a Facebook account, so that at least you know exactly how it happens and why it happens.
Hi, how are you? My name is Vambai Chironga. I am the Communications and Advocacy Officer at Safety and Us. Many of us are familiar with the social media platforms that we youngsters would love to use. Talk about the Instagram, talk about Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. You can name all of them. There are so many. But in these, many of us may not be aware of how to open these accounts or to sign up. Some have an idea of how to do it. So today I'm going to walk you through on just the basic steps of how to open an account. An example, Facebook. So when you want to open a Facebook account, you go on Google and you search on the website for Facebook. And when you search the website for Facebook, it will give you a screen where it shows you how to go about it. So in creating an account, it will say sign up or create an account. And when it does that, it gives you some drops where you actually fill in all the details that you need. So normally it will ask for your name. So your name as you use as how it is, your original name. Then you have your age, you have your date of birth, then you have also your phone number and probably your email as well. So these are some of the information that are asked when you're opening your account, same as for Instagram, for Twitter, and probably Snapchat. So when you open your account and you have your account, now you get into Facebook, you now have an account. And when you have, it will also prompt you to come up with a profile. So when you're coming up with a profile, you're putting up all the information that has been asked. And sometimes for profile, you are actually putting in your personal information. And when you're putting up your personal information, you probably would also want to put your face as your picture, as it is Facebook, because everybody wants to see who you are. But then how do you manage your account once you have signed in or created an account? Suppose you want to change information, you go to settings and you change what you want to change on your profile. But also, as we're talking about cyberbullying, as we're talking about how to be safe on the internet, there are a number of things you need to be aware of. You may need not to put so much information on the internet, so much information on your Facebook account that is shown to everybody else. There are so many security features that you can actually use to protect yourself and to guard from everybody else to see your information. This will help you to be safe and to protect yourself from cyber bullies, from pedophiles, and from anyone who would want to harm you or have wrong intentions about you. Also, on Facebook, many of us teens, we have that excitement to show all the information. Tomorrow I'm going to Vic Falls. Today I'm in Vic Falls. I am here, I'm there. There are people who are able to track you, and when they do track you, some can be traffickers, some can be stalkers, or whoever they are, but with wrong intentions, which actually jeopardize your safety. So we should learn also to limit the kind of information we put on our Facebook accounts. So just a few tips of safeguarding yourself when you have opened these accounts on social media. You need to limit exposure by limiting the kind of information that you put on your social media platform. You need to use secure browsing platforms and also connections. You need to have strong passwords. And when you do have your strong passwords, you also need to have a system where you put your information on the phone. And when you do that, the moment someone tries to open your Facebook account, it reflects, or a message is prompted to your phone, and then you know someone has been tampering and trying to hack or get into your Facebook account. It is very important that you do not befriend everybody you see on Facebook, because you don't know who they are. Learn to befriend people that you know. Always remember to have a good digital footprint. By this, you learn how to protect yourself. You also learn to protect even your mutual friends. You also learn to protect even your family, because most of us, when we post all these things, it's not only about us. We are also posting our family, we're posting our friends, we're posting any other person, mutual friends. So when we are mindful of what we post, we are not only protecting ourselves, but we are protecting everybody else we love. Bye for now.
I am going to introduce you to Tariro, someone who is well versed about digital entrepreneurship. What am I talking about? I'm saying besides all the other advantages that I've highlighted to you, there are also advantages of doing business using the digital appliances. Over to you, Tariro.
Hello girls, how are you? And welcome. It's a pleasure to be meeting with you on this platform where we would want you to learn all things social media. And my name is Tariro Makanga. I do host a show on ZTV, which is The Talk with Tariro. I'm also a businesswoman. I have House of Tari, which can dress you for that prom event that you might need. And for you to be able to get in touch with me, you actually need to be on social media and go on my social media page. And I'm hoping that after this session, you will actually go and look at those pages. I am on Facebook as Tariro Makanga. I am on Instagram as who? Loli Loliam. I am on LinkedIn as Tariro Makanga. I am on YouTube as The Talk with Tariro. And all those are linked. Why are they linked? My Facebook and my YouTube are linked. My Instagram and my Facebook are linked. My YouTube, I've told you. Because of the show that I actually do, which airs on ZTV, and this show is actually monetized. So when I'm selling that show to a client, I'm telling them, you are going to be on ZTV, where all viewers in Zimbabwe will be able to watch you. And then after that, soon after screening, you are going to be on social media. And then you are actually being watched by everybody globally. So that attracts whoever that I'm selling my show to. So that's one way I've used social media to monetize my business, to monetize my talk show. On YouTube, as well as on Facebook, you can actually find The Talk with Tariro on Facebook. You find The Talk with Tariro on YouTube. And then looking at Instagram, this is where, because I love fashion, I'm sure when you're looking at me, you can see, and Tariro loves things. In Shona, we say, Vanodashin. And I'm sure many of you girls, you also love things. So if we are lovers of things, we do know we need to be on Instagram. That's where all is happening there. So I use it as well to link people to my House of Tari page. I also use it to dress and market as well my business. So yes, I do dress up when I am on Instagram. Even on Facebook as well, I do dress up. And then I'm also looking at then how best can you as an adolescent girl and somebody who is actually in school. You heard earlier on about the digital footprint that needs to be there, and once it's there, you can never erase it. So this is where we are then saying we are using social media for us to make money. So as girls, I've got one question that I would want to find out. Remember, we are talking about monetizing social media, youth entrepreneurship, how you as a young person can even be an entrepreneur. And I am speaking to you from experience. How many times have you had a conversation, say with somebody? Maybe you're talking about, Telone has done this, Telone has got this competition. And then when you go on your social media platform, boom, Telone is the one that's there. Or you talk about some product that you want to buy. It could be a lotion, it could be something. And boom, when you log on, you're actually seeing that product popping up. That's how social media has become so clever. Somehow, I know they haven't confirmed it, but they do listen to our conversations, because how do they pop up? So oftentimes when we have our own pages that are actually sponsored, I'm sure you learn more about how you can actually have a Facebook page or Instagram or whatever social media page being sponsored. That's one way where it actually pops up. Even somebody who is not following your page. And it's one trick that I've also used, where if somebody has not liked my House of Tari page, and I want them to see the nice dresses that I have there, the page is sponsored, and that person will actually just see it. And in a way, they're actually directed to my page. And most of the times, because the stuff is nice, you actually click a sell. So my message to you as young people is to then say, with the advent of social media, we actually do not even need to wait to complete that college degree. Later on in the coming years, we can actually be entrepreneurs as young as we are. We know we need to be helping our parents. We do know that as young people, we speak about us being the leaders of now and not just the leaders of tomorrow. So we would want to actually see you making a mark in entrepreneurship. You don't need to set shop. You don't need to have an office. Social media has now become our own office. And you see me when I'm moving around, I'm always with one gadget or another. That's why I'm saying you need these things, because this is my office now. I can actually clinch a sale here. I can even clinch a production, come up with an episode, and have you then be seeing it later on. So when we're looking at entrepreneurship and social media for Untitled, it has really been beneficial in terms of all the businesses that I've been doing. It has also helped me even in terms of marketing, where I've not only marketed it to Zimbabweans, but we are forced to go global with the advent of social media. So I would then say to you, as young people, from my own experience, I have benefited from social media. If you're even still in school, you could actually use social media to have online discussions. You could even have social media to discuss and share ideas. It is a networking platform. So we are talking about you as young people using social media, but also using it responsibly. I always say to young people, you need to do everything. It's social, so have fun whilst at it as well. So as young people, it's actually important to know which social media, how best can we use it. We do know, we feel now we're on TikTok. There are young people who've become millionaires with just using TikToks. I'm not on TikTok. My daughter told me, Mom, you can't be on TikTok. You can't be on Snapchat. So I'd want to hear from you later on. You can get in touch with me. What are the reasons why you as young girls, you don't want us to see us as your mothers on TikTok and on Snapchat? But those platforms also, you can use them. When you're making those fun videos, your breakthrough can even come from there. But also as a young person, it's important to be able to distinguish which platform is this. Am I on WhatsApp? What kind of message do I post on WhatsApp? Am I on Facebook? Even if it's a business message, what kind of message do I put? They are actually very different. So I'm sure as you continue with this module, with this curriculum, you will continue learning all those. There are all these tips that you need to have. But my key message is to say to you, as young people who should be aspiring entrepreneurs, would want to see you as entrepreneurs, social media is actually an office. It can be your office. It has been my office, and I've succeeded. And I also wish you very well. And this is all that I had for you as girls, and I wish you all the very best with this whole course, with this whole curriculum. We want to see girls who are going to excel, making a mark in Zimbabwe, making a mark in Africa, and making a mark globally. All the best.